Hi, my name is John Kozinski. I'm going to be talking about the types of protein from grains, vegetables, and animal foods. Protein is in grains and vegetables, and often vegetarian, vegan advocates will say that there is enough protein in grains and vegetables for human needs. And I remember years ago, I was looking at a website. There's all kinds of strange websites, and there was one for a vegan bodybuilder and combat trainer. And the vegan bodybuilder and combat trainer, he basically, when he wanted to be vegan for more ethical reasons, he went to someone who was vegan and said, and he was worried about his protein needs for building his muscle, and so his friend said basically, oh, you can get all the protein you need from greens. And when he looked at his friend, his vegan friend, he said he looked like skinny like a green. So he didn't want to do that. So basically his solution was to take protein powders. And the reason that's true, because although there are proteins in grains and beans, there's something that goes on called limiting amino acids. That means that if your grain and combinations, if a grain is limiting one amino acid, there's something called complete amino acids. There's 9 amino acids you must take in your diet every day, at least. Some people say conditionally 10. And if one amino acid of those 8 or 9 are missing in a food, then it limits all the other amino acids that you absorb. So that brown rice is missing certain amino acids, so you don't get as much as you would, and beans are missing some amino acids. So when combined, you can get a more complete protein. The only problem is that even when you combine grains and beans, there's only about 10 to 15% protein in both the grains and beans. So that in order to get enough protein, adequate protein for like someone who's 200 pounds needs about 60 to 70 grams of protein, you'd have to eat something like 6 cups of beans and 3 cups of cooked grains. Maybe you could get the grains in. 3 cups of cooked grains or 2 to 3 cups of cooked grains is a lot of grain. And that amount of beans, you'd run into a lot of problems, at least social problems. You produce a lot of gas. So basically, it's not applicable to do that. Animal foods are so concentrated in protein that traditional cultures would add, when they couldn't afford much animal food, they'd add just a little bit of animal food to a soup. And it's found when you did that, even just a little bit to grain and vegetable meals would up the protein levels of all the foods more, would give a complementary protein. So animal foods have concentrated protein that you get a full amount, that even if you ate something like 3 ounces 3 times a day or 2 times a day, you could get up to your amount of protein that you would need along with grains and vegetables. If someone, so there isn't really enough protein in grains, vegetables, beans, and fruits to get your protein needs. And why protein is so important is because protein has so many needs in the body that it accomplishes, and without protein, you don't digest your food well, your brain may be fuzzy, your immune system can go down, a lot of problems can arise. So for people who don't want to eat animal food, being vegetarian with eggs and dairy will give you adequate protein, or using protein powders made from non-soy sources like rice or pea would be the way to go.